All right, good morning, New Jersey. Thank you for lining up the kind of weather that makes me feel right at home. I'm really excited to return to New Jersey and to discuss a very important issue for this state and for the whole country. When I was Secretary of Transportation, we launched America's biggest infrastructure investment package in nearly a century, and we're really proud of that. We passed it through Congress on a bipartisan basis and funded 70,000 projects in every state and territory. We're talking about everything from $100,000 planning grants for a town to do safety planning to $100 million container port modernizations. But out of all 70,000 projects across the country, the biggest single project is the Hudson Tunnel. And I want to talk a little bit about why we committed $16 billion to make sure that actually happens. The reason that we committed so much funding, the reason that we made this the single biggest infrastructure project currently underway in the United States of America, is that it is that important. The project's complicated, but the reason is simple. These tunnels are old, they are in bad shape, and they move hundreds of thousands of people a day, which means that major disruptions would have economic consequences so serious for this country that you would feel them as far away as my house in Michigan. That's how much this matters. It's not just a priority, it's an absolute necessity. These are tunnels that were never supposed to go this long without major repair or replacement, and keeping them operational became even more challenging after Superstorm Sandy flooded them with salt water. Lose those tunnels, and hundreds of thousands of people find their commutes become impossible, and millions of people find that their lives are impacted, and most of those people are in New Jersey. It's probably why I got so many phone calls and letters about this project from New Jersey leaders like Congresswoman Mikie Sherrill. There is a reason that the news media referred to her as the, quote, tunnel-obsessed Congresswoman. The entire time that I was secretary, if I picked up the phone and the caller ID said Mikie Sherrill, I knew what she was probably calling to talk about. But she didn't just urge us to choose this project for funding. She helped to make sure the funds were there in the first place by working to get the bipartisan infrastructure law passed. She was doing what so many people talk about but don't actually do, which is work with Republicans and Democrats to make sure that the infrastructure package actually happened, and then worked with me and worked with others on both sides of the river and both sides of the aisle to get this project the support that it needed and deserved. What a contrast from her opponent, Jack Ciattarelli. He didn't get to help this tunnel get funded, and he's not standing up for it now, which is a shame because President Trump has announced his intention to kill, or in his words, terminate the project out of spite. Let's be clear. The president didn't say that this project isn't a good idea or that it isn't a good use of money or that New Jersey doesn't need it or that America doesn't need it. He openly admitted that he stopped this project because he doesn't like Chuck Schumer. It is straight up mob boss politics. And it's also a test. It is a test of any leader to see if they will put the people of this state first. New Jersey is facing the loss of the most important transportation project in the state. And the president is prepared to destroy tens of thousands of good-paying union construction jobs, make commuting worse for hundreds of thousands of New Jerseyans, and make the economy worse for millions of Americans. And shockingly, there is only one candidate in the race for governor who is standing up for the commuters who count on these tunnels every day. And standing up for the building trades workers who are fixing them. The problem is that Jack Ciattarelli knows that standing up for New Jersey would require standing up to Donald Trump, and he just doesn't have the backbone to do that. He would rather see those jobs destroyed, he'd rather see those workers get hurt and commuters get hurt than display 1 inch of independence from his dear leader. Jack Ciattarelli says he agrees with everything Trump has been doing, gives him an A grade. How can you look at an attack on New Jersey like this and give it anything but an F? And how can the people of New Jersey trust Jack Ciattarelli to lead this state when he doesn't even have the courage to stand up for the biggest infrastructure project in the country, which happens to be in New Jersey? If you can't stand up for the Hudson tunnels, there is no way that he's going to stand up for you. For example, he's not going to be willing to stand up against the $1,800 import tax, otherwise known as tariffs, that the president has imposed that are making everything more expensive. This state needs a governor who can think for herself. And someone who will put the best interests of the state first, and there's only one candidate who will do that. The other candidate has demonstrated that he is fine with New Jersey getting hurt as long as that's what the president tells him to say. New Jersey deserves better. Workers deserve better. Commuters deserve better. The state deserves better. And in a few days, voters get to send a strong message by electing a governor who takes her cues from the people of New Jersey, not orders from the White House. So please welcome a problem solver, a veteran, a leader, a public servant, my friend and your next governor, Mikie Sherrill.